If you're building a SaaS or thinking about building a SaaS, in this video, I'm going to show you the mistakes that I made when launching my SaaS a few weeks ago, so you don't make those same mistakes. Before we start, if you could hit the subscribe button, give us a like, it just shows me that I'm not wasting my time making this content and that you're actually going to get some value from it. Okay, so a few weeks ago, I launched my first SaaS called Influamp. It's a content creation tool for influencers for X. The idea is that they can create their own threads, news-based tweets, basically making their life a bit easier. Okay, saving them time, research, and all that. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I thought the whole process would be a lot easier than it was. Okay, I knew it was going to be difficult, but I didn't realize it was going to be quite this difficult. So what I thought I'd do was make a quick video explaining and sharing what I would do differently if I was to start the whole process again with Influamp. Basically, so you guys don't waste your time, money, and brain cells like I have over the past 4 or 5 months. Firstly, I should have spent more time on the problem and not the product itself. When I first got the idea for Influamp, I jumped straight into building it. I thought, hang on, people have a problem with finding content to post on X. I'll just build a tool to solve that problem. But here's the thing, I didn't validate the problem enough. I didn't talk to potential users. I didn't research much into other companies who are doing something similar. And I didn't ask really, would anyone pay for this? So I think the first bit of advice I can give you is that you need to spend more time understanding the actual problem than diving straight into building it. And okay, it's a very common thing. You know, you want to get started. You've got this idea. You're very keen. You're very eager to get going. But if people just actually spend more time sort of understanding the issue that you're trying to solve, then you're going to waste far less time by actually building something that you're not sure that anyone actually is going to want to use. So talking to real people is going to help. Post on X, Discord, Facebook, Instagram. Just try and get as much information as you can to start with, because you'll build a lot smarter. Okay, so number 2, I overbuilt way too early. Okay, this is another common problem. People think, it has to be absolutely perfect. So you spend weeks adding more features, then you think of something else, and you think, oh god, if I just add that, if I just add this, you start obsessing over the UI, you're obsessing over the buttons, but at which time you've got 0 users. So what should I have done? Well, I should have launched a much simpler version, okay? Something very basic, something that only generated, say, 1 tweet at a time. Then I should have put it out there to the public, and then I could have improved after I got some basic feedback. You need to ship fast. Feedback is your best feature, okay? Nobody cares about what color button you've got or how the UI looks temporarily. It doesn't matter. What you need to know is you need to validate your idea. You need to make sure that people are going to use it, and more importantly, people are going to actually pay to use it. At the end of the day, I spent months building something that I still don't really know if anyone wants. I was obsessing over the UI, obsessing over features, and I can't stress this enough. It's so important that you validate your idea first, and don't waste time like I did. I've wasted months obsessing over all of this, and look, Influamp may take off. I don't know, but there's still a chance that I've wasted all those months when what I should have done was validate the idea first and save my time. If I knew it was going to fail, if I knew it was going to be a lot harder than it was, then I could have said, do you know what? Let's come up with something else, or let's create a basic version, push that for a bit. If that doesn't work, then I can move on to something else. Okay, so number 3, I should have marketed way sooner than I did. Okay, I waited till pretty much the app or the SaaS was finished until I was happy with it. I didn't really promote it on X beforehand. I just thought to myself, no, I'm going to knuckle down, I'm going to build this to perfection, then I'll launch it, okay? And then I'll start marketing it. But that is completely the wrong way of doing it. Like I discussed previously, you have to validate your idea first. You need to drop feeders. You need to, if you get your validation, say you got your validation, people are interested in this, you need to start building in public. You need to start driving demand for your product. Okay, you want to get people curious. You want to get people interested. You can share everything in the build, share all the successes, share the bugs, share all the frustrations. Just get it out there, get as much content out there as possible. Don't just bury your head on your computer and just code, or use no code, Lovable, or whatever you're using. Get the product out there, get the ideas, put it in people's heads. The more content you post about your SaaS, the more eyes it draws. Okay, the more people become curious, more people become interested in it. People don't necessarily buy products. Okay, they're buying into the story of the product. Okay, I waited too late to tell my story. And that's something that I won't make that mistake again. Okay, with my next SaaS, I'm already planning that. I'm planning how I'm going to market it, how I'm going to post it about it on X. So don't make that same mistake that I did. So if you want to take anything away from this bit of advice, start marketing before your product is actually ready. Okay, because that way you'll build an audience, and you might even actually get some pre-sales before it's ready to launch. Okay, so number 4, I try to do absolutely everything alone. All right, that's from building the SaaS, from the marketing, the business plan, the content writing, the social media side. Okay, and it was really stressing me out. I'd have late nights. My brain was fried whilst I was working full time. I thought actually maybe asking for help would make me look a bit weak and pathetic, but I've been completely wrong on this, because there are whole communities, based on X. You've got indie hackers, loads of forums that you can just, everyone's willing to help each other. Okay, that's what we're all here to make money. There's plenty of money to be made. Just my advice is just ask for help. Okay, if you're completely new to this, like I am really. Then you're going to need some assistance, whether it's using ChatGPT or some AI-based platform, or actually using real humans, who have got experience or can suggest ideas. Then please do it, because otherwise you're going to find it so stressful, and you're going to struggle. So make sure that you take this bit of advice. Okay, so number 5, I didn't think about the monetization aspect early enough. I was so focused on building the product, getting it out there, and not actually really considering what I'm going to charge for this. I had no idea where to start. Okay, so I looked at some of my competitors, and they were charging $30-40 a month, and I was thinking to myself, would I pay $30 or $40 a month for this? And I wasn't sure. But then I thought, if other people are paying on their platform, then maybe they pay that sort of money for Influamp. But so this led me to obsessing about the features, thinking, right, okay, I've got to make sure that my app's got more features than they have, so I can justify that price. And also at the time, I wasn't aware of the prices of the APIs for X, for instance. Okay, I started building this thing without looking into the prices for the APIs, because I assumed they would be similar to other social media platforms. Little did I know that they were absolutely nowhere near the same prices as like Facebook or TikTok or YouTube. The X APIs are absolutely astronomical. Okay, it's ridiculous. But so I then had to try and price accordingly to use the X APIs. Then I realized that there was absolutely no way I could scale my business with the price hikes of the later tiers of the X subscriptions. So I had to basically revamp my entire structure of Influamp, making it a standalone platform, so you essentially can't connect to X and post to X directly through my site. I think I have found a solution to that. Okay, so I've been working on that, using caching data and stuff. So I am gonna play around with that a bit more, because I think I can solve that issue. So I will be continuing to go down that road. So that's the 5 things that I've learned so far with building my first SaaS. So hopefully you got some value from this video. Like I say, I don't want you to waste the time and and have the same stress that I've gone through whilst building this. Okay, no code certainly makes it faster, but it doesn't make it easier. Okay, building a SaaS is not easy, but with a proper plan in place and determination. Okay, you can do it. Anyone can do it. You've seen the testimonials on YouTube. People making 10, 20k a month from their own SaaS companies. It is doable, but you've got to, like I say, you've got to have a proper plan. Don't waste time, and and keep believing, because even if it's not your first SaaS that succeeds, keep going. Like I'm going to keep going. Influamp may succeed in the future, but I don't know. I'm going to keep working on it. But I've got other ideas that I want to start building as well. So keep going. You're doing great. And please subscribe to the channel. Give us a like. And I'll catch you in the next one.